I'd like to thank you, Your Highness. What a lot of people don't know, I think my staff is very surprised by it. You and I have been friends for a long time. We've been good friends. And what they don't know about you is that you are considered a truly great warrior. And you've been through the wars. You're a great warrior, a very strong man, a brilliant man, a man of vision, like few others, and highly respected. When they know you, there's tremendous respect, and you're so respected in the Middle East that it's really amazing. You know, we've done the tour with two of your very good friends, you know that, and we were talking about you, and I won't tell you everything they said, but I can say it was all good. It was all good. Total admiration and respect for what you've done and who you are.
All right. Shalom, everybody, and peace of the Lord to all of you. I wanted to have some morning coffee with you. I'm sure many of you here are at night. But because many of you keep asking me to give my input about the visit of Trump to those countries. The only true things we see in the screen is those colors. Everything else you see is fake. Hup, hup, hup. Hup, Abdul, hup. Yeah, you have an army and you have soldiers to the point you cannot even protect yourself, and you're kissing the ass of this man to protect you. So what is the Middle East is about? You know, you guys never been there, most of you. As you know, I'm born in the Middle East. I'm a Middle Eastern. Supposedly, I'm an Arab too, and I speak Arabic. You know, not like Zakir Naik. Greeting, Prince. First of all, I went one time. You can talk about anything without mentioning my name. I have to remember you. I'm stuck. That's it. I mean, you are the best of the best. So, Trump visit to the Middle East start from the vision of Trump about how he see the Middle East. The Middle East for Trump is nothing but a place where there's a lot of milk, and he go to milk them. And the Arab, they understand that very well, that he see them just as a goat or a cow, and her belly is full of milk. So whatever, you know, Fox News, they speak about amazing, embarrassing, like impressive, all the madness. This is because all those countries, Saudi Arabia and Emirat and Bahrain and Qatar, they are enemies. We can say only actually Bahrain and Saudi Arabia are not. But Emirat and Qatar are enemies. Qatar and Saudi Arabia are enemies. Emirat and Saudi Arabia are enemies. And what that will mean, you know, at the end of the day. So those three enemies, they have a bigger enemy. It's called Iran. The visit, it might appear it's about business, buying, selling. That is to make Trump come. You know, they knew that this guy is a businessman. He don't care for their garbage. In the same time, he understand very well their weakness and their strength. Their strength, they have a lot of money. But the same strength is their weakness. Because they have a lot of money, which is gas and oil, that made them a target. There is many risk involved in the Middle East. There is the Islamist, which is Emirat is fighting, Saudi Arabia is fighting, Qatar is supporting. Because Qatar, or the ruler of Qatar, he is a Muslim Brotherhood. So when Trump he come to Saudi Arabia and Emirat and Qatar, you will see they are competing about how they can show how much they like him. You know, the Arab, they have something unique about them. Just to give you an idea, if an Arab man, he got married, in his wedding, he brought, let us say, a singing band, like famous one. His cousin will be jealous and he will try to beat him in his wedding. So he bring more famous band. Because here the glory is not about how glorious we are to Trump. It's about showing off what they can do. And the same happened when Trump he went to the Middle East about money. So the Saudi, they said, we want to invest 600 billion. Emirat says, what's 600 billion? We will give you 1.4 trillion. The Qatari is the same. They want to buy 260 something, 70 something Boeing airplane. So they start competing with each other. Who is going to make Trump praise him more and like him more? Because all what they want from Trump is their protection. All of what you see about economy and business and airplanes, and even you see even the defense agreement, which is involves selling them a lot of junk. You see, all the weapon is sold to those countries are junk. Saudi Arabia failed to win the war against the Houthi. And the Houthi is nothing but a bunch of savage, even though they have long-range missiles from Iran, but that does not change anything. They don't have the base of a real army. They are just militant. Iran smuggle weapon to them, and even they open some small manufacturer to assemble like drones and etc. Saudi Arabia and Emirat, even they brought Sudani army, and they brought even mercenaries to fight the Houthi, and they fail miserably. The Houthi, remember, Yemen is in the border of Saudi Arabia. They were able even to attack the Saudi borders. We have like here, all this area is the Saudi border, and it's very, very, very exposed to the Yemeni attack or the Houthi attack. The Saudi could not do it. Emirat withdrew from the war with the Houthi, even though Emirat, they purchased the most expensive airplane, fighter jet you can imagine. They failed miserably to win any battle against the Houthi. Now, for sure, they killed a lot of the Houthi, but those Houthi, they make babies like ants. You kill 10, tomorrow they have 100. The only thing will work with them if you use, like mass destruction weapon. Trump, before he go to his visit to Saudi Arabia and the Gulf, he had to finish his business with the Houthi. We remember that just a few days ago, Trump, he announced that he will not attack the Houthi no more because the Houthi surrender. After bombing the Houthi for I think 3 months, horrible bombing. The Houthi, they have no choice except to say, okay, we will not shoot at any ships going by except the Israeli. Trump, now he is ready to come to the Middle East and show and stretch his muscles to the Saudi and to the Emirati especially, and say, I am the one who can save your ass. You could not beat them, I did in 90 days. Now for sure he can wipe them out all in one day, if he want. Not in 90 days. So the Houthi, they've been beaten massively, aggressively. He flattened the ground with them. They don't even dare to use cell phone. They don't even dare to go to supermarket. I'm not talking especially about the leaders. They lost their airport, their port, their ships, even airplanes are burned. Especially, I mean, whatever left, the Israeli finish it. So Trump, he did beat the Houthi for 3 months, and now he is ready to go to receive his praise from the Arab, who they are so much afraid of the Houthi, because anyone he disagree with the Houthi, they are going to send their drones against their refineries. And their drones can go all the way to Qatar and all the way to Emirat. In fact, during the war, enter Emirat with a drone, the Houthi were able to send their drones all the way to Emirat. And they attack many places in Saudi Arabia, including their refineries, and they cause a massive destruction. And the Saudi could not stop them until the American, they sent extra defense systems to stop the Houthi from sending his drones. So we can say all those Arab countries who they claim to be countries, those are not countries, those are farms. Farms where a chicken grow and lay eggs. And this is how America see those countries. So those countries, they understand very well. Who is the one can really protect us from the danger around us? And that is the danger of Iran. Is it the Chinese? They tried the Chinese. The Chinese did not do anything because they cannot. Because if the Chinese, they will involve with the Houthi, then that will upset Iran. And Iran is a huge market for Iran. I mean, for China. And China cannot risk it. Because why they want to put their nose in something will cause them massively, will cause their trade a massive. The Houthi is not attacking Chinese ships. They will never attack one Chinese ships. So the Chinese, the Saudi, the Emirati, the Bahrain, they invited the president of China, hoping that China, during the time of Biden, will replace USA. And the same they did with the Trump, they did with the China. A huge welcoming, reception, amazing, blah, 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 promise, investment, buying, business deals. But the Chinese is not the American. And they cannot do what the American can do. No matter what, the Chinese they claim to be, they are not even close to what the American can do. The Chinese, they have no real presence in the Middle East. And their military is not capable of any action without losing big deal and risking big business. And because the Chinese, they are not like the same as the American, they have only one concern, is about how we can sell more. So they try to keep good relationship with all the enemies. So they are in good relationship with Iran, fantastic relationship with Iran, good relationship with Saudi Arabia, Emirat, Bahrain, Oman, Houthi. The Chinese, they are the kind of, when I say Chinese, I'm not saying Chinese as people, or somebody his ethnic is a Chinese. Please remember that. I mean the Chinese government. The Chinese government is the same as whoever marry my mother, he is my daddy. Ethic is not part of their business. I'm not saying the American they have ethic. No, don't take me wrong. But everything they have is about I am a friend to everybody. I don't want enemies. Zero enemies, unless I have to, like their problems with the Indian about land. So Chinese will support you from behind the scene if there is a benefit financially. Sorry, I'm still coughing. I will mute the mic if I'm coughing, so I will not bother you. Oh boy. So, as an example, when the Chinese they have a problem with India about land, they start sponsoring Pakistan, and they sell them a lot of junk. Like I was able to find out that 5 airplanes, I think out of 20, sold to Pakistan. They were not able to fly during the conflict with India, which means they are defect. It's a Chinese airplane. So the Chinese, they will support you from behind the door. They will never go to the front. They will never fight for you. They will never send army. Russia asked the Chinese for help in their war in Ukraine. The Chinese will never send one soldiers. They spoke to the Korean, their puppy, the North Korean, and the North Korean sent the Russian their need of soldiers. So the Chinese are backdoor player. They are not a front door. American are different. American, they have troops everywhere in the Middle East, in Europe, even in Asia. Their troops exist in Japan. Their troops exist, they have even in Taiwan. Like, let's say, not really like a basis, but they have existence. They have existence in Saudi Arabia, in Qatar, in Emirat. They have existence in Bahrain. They have existence in Turkey. So the American, they are massively ready for any war with anyone in a minute. They do not need to mobilize army. They do not need to mobilize weapon. They do not need to do anything. One click of a bomb, Trump, he can burn them all. Understanding this, those Arab, they have to pay jizya for protection. For them, he is just a Christian king with ultimate power, and they have to kiss his shoes to make him happy. And the only way they can make such a man happy is what? Money. So when he went to the Middle East, they are competing about how we can shower him with more money. And you will see how they are competing, Saudi versus Emirat versus Qatar. Each one of them trying to show him, you know what, here for you is better. And here for you there's a lot of interest. You need to protect us. Stay with us. All the business deals they signed are signed already, and there's no need for Trump to go there. Because remember, you know, buying like civilian airplanes from Boeing do not need the approval of the American government, as long as there's no sanctions in that country. It's a civil airplane. It's not a weapon. It's not a fighter jet. The government in USA, they can stop any deal of sale if it is involved weapon. You cannot sell weapon without approval of the government. So Boeing is just selling airplanes to Qatar. They are civil airplanes. What a big deal. They delay the deal until Trump he went there to make it look like it is a Trump accomplishment. So the Qatari and the Emirati and the Bahrain, all the deals they are negotiating with private American companies have nothing to do with the Trump. Period. They refuse to sign the agreement until Trump come to give him a price. Like Trump went back home with $4 trillion. In return for this advertisement for Trump, praising him for being the amazing businessman, he will give them their need for protection, including weapon and buying weapon. So whatever you saw in TV, like I saw how Fox News praising, amazing, look at the difference between Trump and Biden. This is true. There's a huge difference. We cannot compare. But all this propaganda of how amazing, it does not exist. Biden, he is not willing to protect anybody. Biden is an idiot. This is why the Chinese came to replace him, the Saudi, when they saw Biden is really going against them, especially after if you remember the guy who he went to the Turkish embassy, Saudi embassy in Turkey, and the Saudi, the crown prince, make him shish kebab, literally. He went to the embassy and they cut him pieces. And that by the command of the crown prince of Saudi Arabia. And here you see the irony that the American, they were attacking the crown prince for such a crime. But as soon they need, like the Russian war started, they start being so friendly to the Saudi and to the Qatari. Even Biden, he like elevate the relationship between Qatar and USA, because the Saudi, they were so upset from him. So he decided, okay, the Saudi are not, we don't have a good luck with them, and he's a potato, he cannot force them. So let us go and get closer to their enemy, which is Qatar. As always, they are competing. So here you notice that it doesn't matter how many crimes the Gulf they practice, human rights crimes. I mean, those are the countries of no human right, zero human right, literally. And you will see the European, the French, the English, the King of England, Trump, everybody praising them, how amazing they are. They are very amazing. They are warriors when they are potatoes. Trump, he spoke about the accomplishment of the crown prince of Saudi Arabia. For what? He built an entertainment town. It's not even in the size of a hotel in Las Vegas. And Fox News was praising how amazing, how they can do that. It feels like you are in America. This is the American who built it, it's not him. Long speech praising this Abdul, because we need, we want your money. The Abdul, he understands very well that Trump, he wants his money. And he have no choice but to praise him so he can get his support. It is a friend with benefit. We praise each other.
It took place exactly 8 years ago. The graciousness of the royal family and the Saudi people is really unsurpassed, no matter where you go.
Absolutely. I mean, the Qataris just gave him airplane $400 million gift. And this is what happened, by the way. They are competing with each other. So when the Qatari, they saw that the Saudi, they are preparing for a massive, let us say, welcoming and praise and etc., they said we have to beat them. Okay, I will do the same as I did to Erdogan. We have a lot of money. I mean, give him $400 million. So what? This is not even an income of half hour in the morning. Give him $400 million. And because he's a greedy, this guy, he will never say no to money, even if it's 1 penny. Like, even he have fundraise. I mean, go fund me. And make America great again, buy my hat. His sons are making commercial to sell gold. So it doesn't matter how much money they have, they are hungry for money. This family, Trump family, actually all those who work in politics in America, they are money hungry. It doesn't matter how much money they have in their pocket, they are so poor. Very poor. Because they are poor in the heart and they are greedy. So they start competing, and here at Trump, he have to pay back, so this prince now will play this clip for the coming 10 years. Look what Trump he say about me. Same about the filthy scumbag of Qatar. Same about the ruler of Emirat. So he praised every one of them. He made him the greatest in the world. And the Arab in return, they will make Trump the greatest of all leaders in the world, and we give you the money. So what happened in the Gulf, it was a very nice show, far away from reality. All the business deals signed there is already done, negotiated with the private sectors, have nothing to do with Donald Trump. None of them. The only thing Trump, he gave them is the deals, the weapon deals, because he is the only one can approve it. The rest are fiction, which means it's already have to be done. Those Arab, they need to buy, they need to, you know, everything they have. I mean, it's bought from somewhere. If not from China, it's from Korea. If not from Korea, it's from America. If not from America, it's from France. Not France, from Germany. They have nothing. I mean, everything is made abroad. You see, we as an American, I assure you that the suit Trump is wearing is made in China. I mean the fabric. In the best scenario, it might be, you know, made in cheaper country, maybe Bangladesh, maybe India. So this country, we don't make a lot of things, but still, this country make the most impressive weapon ever. And this is the real industry of USA. It's not cars, really. It's not motorcycles. It's not TVs. It's not even computers. Even our computers made in China. We own the brand, but the China make it, the Chinese. So the difference between those Arab and the American are their own weapon maker, and they have the most powerful weapon. And when they sell weapon to the Middle East, they sell them junk. Like when we say F-16, this is not F-16 the American really want. They give them a little toy. It's called F-16, stripped from the most advanced technology. F-35 is not the same as the one we have in our in our Air Force. So they sell them junk, and by selling them this junk, they guarantee making money for the coming at least 15, 20 years, because this junk need maintenance, need parts, need, you know, they cannot even, they don't have engineers to fix it, to maintain. So when you buy airplanes, you have to purchase with it the service. So if I buy from Boeing, I have to purchase Boeing service. If I buy from Lockheed, like a fighter jet, I have to purchase the service, which is very expensive, including parts. And any second America get upset from any of those countries, they will suspend selling them the part. So the airplane is working this month, next month maybe will not, because one part is missing, is not working, and the American refused to sell them that part, and they cannot replace it. So the Arab, they understand that. The American, they understand that. The game is going on. We need a protection. All of this movie is to give them protection. And lately, because the Arab, they noticed that the Israeli became so aggressive, and they noticed that the Israeli, their arms is extending to anywhere. When they notice how impressive the attack the Israeli are doing in the Houthi, and the Houthi is way far than Saudi Arabia. So what they will do if they attack Saudi Arabia? Saudi Arabia will be in disability in 5 minutes if the Israeli attack. What will happen if they attack Emirat? This is why Emirat, actually, they rush into signing peace agreement with Israel, not because they like Israel, but because they are seeking protection. They said to themselves, the Israeli are the enemy of Iran, the Iranian are our enemy, the Israeli are not going to occupy us. What about we make a deal with them, including weapon and intelligence and technology? So the Israeli now, they are monitoring all this area, giving and sharing information with Emirat, including conspiracy against them, because the Israeli are the best in spying in the world. They have the best software to spy. They can read your text without sending you a text message. All what they need to do to know your phone number. Just imagine. This is why we see how impressive was the Israeli attack on Hezbollah, how they were able even to sell them even the pagers, how they knew everyone where he lived, even the ones that were hiding in Syria, in Damascus, in Aleppo, in every city. They hunt them like rats because they know who you are and where you are in 2 minutes. Hezbollah leader Nasrallah was hidden 14 floors under the ground. They hunted him. So the Arab, they understand that the Israeli now became really more scary, and they are upset, and they have the power. So they wanted themselves to be protected from two, from the Israeli and from the Iranian. Now America is not going to fight Israel, but America can subdue Israel to be nice to their friends. In the same time, America can deter Iran from even thinking about attacking those countries. And the next target of Trump is Iran. Now let us say, he bought his ground in the Middle East, he refixed it, he reestablished it again, and the next step is, are we going to invade and destroy the nukes of Iran? Because the Israelis are so desperate to do so. The only one is stopping them is Trump. And now Trump is using that card against Iran, saying to them, listen, you potato, you have to surrender all your nuclear facility or else. Even if I did not attack you, the Israeli will eat you alive. And the Iranian now, they felt the heat. The Gulf, all of it is in the pocket of a Trump. Syria, and this is another story, controlled now by #1 enemy to Iran. Those are the Muslim Sunni, the Islamists, and Al-Qaeda. Now, the Saudi, they asked Trump to release the sanctions in Syria. But I believe he was going to release it anyway, and that is a great opportunity for him to make it look like I did you a favor. Because they want to have their foot here in Syria, and they want to guarantee that whoever take over this area is not going to support the enemies of America, especially the Islamists. And the best way to control Islamists is to get them a terrorist president. Like the president of Syria right now, he's a terrorist. He will chop the head of anyone who oppose him with no mercy. So now, the president of Syria, which is nothing but a terrorist, he met with Trump. And I'm sure the meeting is not to shake hands and is not to lift the sanctions. Lifting the sanctions is what those people begging for. Because without doing that, this country and this government will never survive. In fact, the biggest reason for the previous regime to collapse is the sanctions of Trump. He suffocated them. So when Trump, he met with this guy, and even he praised him, he says he's tough. He's tough, for sure he's tough. He have a strong pass. He's talking about he's a criminal. And then he said, well, such a country need, such a strong person. So what they want to make of him, they said, okay, he's a terrorist. And now he is promising to be friendly terrorist to us. What about we turn him to be our dog? Instead, a dog barking on us or trying to bite us. So we will give him a chance, be our puppy, obey, and we will let you have bones. And this is exactly the plan of America. He's in charge, you like it or not. So what about, instead of going against him, and we do not know what will happen next, let us try him and see how it goes. This guy, he promised Trump that he will not only welcome American business, he will come and he will be so happy to see Trump tower in the middle of Damascus. In other way, in order to confirm to the American that not only he is saying he will be their friend, he is willing to prove it. In order for them to guarantee the protection of America, what is best than making American put their money in Syria? In other way, they are giving their sovereignty or part of it to the American. The same already they lost some of it to the Turkish. The same they lost a lot of it to the, and some of it to the Russian. This is not really a government in Syria. It's just a bunch of terrorists. They are trying to make a government. And because they are desperate for support, they need, it's a must, to get the approval of America. All banking are forbidden to Syria. There's no SWIFT. You cannot transfer money. You cannot send money. You cannot take money. You cannot do trade. You can't even travel. They can't even fly their airplanes into international zone. Like only few countries allow them to do that. Even Qatar don't dare to send them money directly. They send it under the carpet. So what happened in the Middle East is a total remake-up and preparing America for the coming step against Iran. So now in their pocket there is Syria. Even the Syrian regime, they put the pictures of Trump in the street. You can believe it? Al-Qaeda, they put the images of a Trump and the American flag in Syria. So now the American, by the help, actually by the accomplishment of Israel, not by the accomplishment of Trump, it was Israel who destroyed Hezbollah and caused the collapse, the physical collapse of the Syrian regime. And that made a vacuum in this area in Syria from Iran. So now the whole area here is totally subdued to America by the power of Israel. The American did not do any part in it. It was the Israeli and the Israeli only. So the Israeli, they cleaned, they did carpet cleaning in Syria. The Lebanese government right now is anti-Hezbollah. And slowly, they are eating the nails of Hezbollah, step by step, by the support of Israel. Hezbollah now even don't dare to say to the president of Lebanon, we are going to go at war with you because Israel is watching. Until now, actually, they are attacking them from time to time. So now, after Israel cleaned this mess here and created a new mess, but there's no Iran no more. So the threat of Iran is pushed far. The Iraqi government, they are terrified from the attack of Israel. So they subdued all the Shia militant, and even now they want to force them to give their weapon, and only the Iraqi forces, which is the official army, can be in the ground. So Israel did a lot of a change in this since October 7. And now the only one is left is Iran and the leftover of the Houthi, which the American, they wiped the floor with them in the last 90 days. They did not destroy them. In fact, you cannot destroy them because as long as there's population, they will keep coming back. But they taught them a lesson that you are so small to say no to us. And this is the whole picture, and the whole target is Iran. Iran is next. Trump, he will make sure that Iran not only will give their nuke and surrender it, nuke facility, he want to be sure that he want to take over the economy of Iran. He will, let us say, tie them up with massive, thick rope. And he will use all his pressure, which is very powerful. America is a very powerful country. One signature, they can suffocate you. And this is what's happening. Iran now is being suffocated. Biden, he left many sanctions in Iran. Obama left all the sanctions of Iran. Trump suffocate Iran. So Iran have a few months left before they are totally in big chaos. They are out of money. The Gulf is going to be always subdued to America. They get the message. And Trump is going to force all those countries not to do business with Iran. And soon Iran, they have either to say yes or no to Trump.